Hey everyone, Griff Hamlin here, and thank you for joining me today. Today's video is actually a kind of just a fun little rhythm element, particularly if you're playing with a band. This is a really cool little thing. My band, we tend to do this a lot. You know, it goes from the 1 chord to the 4 chord. I'm sure you've probably heard it before, but it utilizes just a chromatic moving up in what are called quarter note triplets. And the hardest part of this really is playing the quarter note triplets, but what's super cool is that if you can get the quarter note triplets down, there's actually a ton of cool stuff you can do both in your solos and in your rhythm playing with those quarter note triplets. So we're kind of going to talk about a couple of different things. We're going to go over the quarter note triplets and how those work, and then I'm going to show you how we do that in going from the 1 chord to the 4 chord in that last bar of the first 4 bars of a 12-bar blues. So you just heard me play it, so let's talk a little bit about what that quarter note triplet is. Now we typically divide the beat into 3 pieces because it's a shuffle. This will work in a slow blues or a shuffle. It is definitely a triplet-based thing. You can do it over a straight feel, but it probably won't sound like what you're expecting. It probably won't really sound good to you, and I don't believe I've ever heard it done that way, but it certainly could be done. All right, so if you think about the beat as, and I'm in G, I just chose G, right? But we have, you know, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay? So if you were to play on every other count, now that's going to get really complicated. It's going to be tricky and syncopated because you're dividing the beats into 3 pieces, but you're playing every 2 pieces. So it's like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay, so let's try it again. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right? If we speed it up a little more, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now, if you don't count that and keep your foot, what you can't see is that my foot is tapping on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I have to keep the downbeats straight or this gets all jacked up in a hurry, okay? So make sure, you know, count out loud and keep that foot going. You still got to feel the pulse of where the real quarter notes are, okay? So all I'm going to do now is every time I strum, I'm going to go up 1 fret, right? So if I'm playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, that's kind of how it is. So 1 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. I don't actually go up on the very first one. It's 1 and I'm still 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. I did it wrong a couple times ago. You have to wait just a second. Now, when I first demonstrated this, I was kind of moving through a shuffle, you know, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, as you get better at it, you can speed it up. Bump, 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 bump. And you'll just kind of know where it goes. But I promise that if you don't count it out first, it's going to be really, really challenging, okay? What's cool about this, it's good for any level, okay? If you're a beginner and you're playing, you know, you can just kind of throw a little thing in there if you're just playing like a slow blues in E. This works in a slow feel if you're playing like a shuffle, like a Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of thing. You can throw it in there. It goes almost anywhere, and it works really, really good in the 4th bar of the 12-bar progression, like I said, and And particularly like if you can kind of cue the band. We'll do this a lot where like I'm soloing and I'll kind of look to the band and we'll all, you know, and kind of keep going. So it's the sort of thing, you know, you kind of look over your shoulder at everybody, and if you've played with everybody enough, it's the kind of thing where if it's bar 3 and you're kind of giving everybody the look, if they're experienced players, they'll probably do the right thing. If not, you might play it by yourself one time and they'll go, oh, okay, I know what you meant. And then the next time you kind of do it again and everybody will probably join you. You know, hopefully the drummer can accent those hits with you and the bass player and everybody. And then it sounds really, really cool. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed it. I know that's fairly short and sweet today, but I hope you dig it and I hope you practice on it. It's actually super, super good for your counting and your timing, because if you can handle this, a lot of other things are actually really, really a piece of cake. All right, so hope you dig it, and I will talk to you soon.